What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is your boy EJG, and this is another episode of Let's Talk About It. If you can tell from the screen, you see that today we are talking about none other than the Blue Devils 2024 production entitled The Romantics. All right, before we get into that show, make sure you do all the things like share, comment, and subscribe. It will mean the world to me. All right, without further ado, let's hop right into it today, y'all. Right into Blue Devils 2024 production entitled The Romantics. Let's do it.
2024 program, The Romantics. Drum Corps International is proud to present the Blue Devils.
Now, I was a huge fan of their uniforms, not gonna lie. I love the cape, the dark cape. Like when they literally turn around, it's like this entire wall of black, and I think that's really cool. But I also love the ombre that's on the front of the uniforms. And then the color guard had their customized costume. Each person had a different color. That's always really cool. Ooh, bases. That's the most insane bass feature to start the show off. That's kind of a flex. I love how all the flags kind of came up in unison before they're doing this thing now. I love how spread the guard is too right here. Okay, so a really strong opener. Ooh, now it's straight to the quads. I love their quad tuning. I'm a huge fan of their quad tuning. Those drums just sound really good as well. Such a huge sound too. Yeah, mellows. I love that tag. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Such an ominous little low brass feature here, with lots of color coming from the front ensemble. Ooh, great catch, guard. I love this movement here, how the entire field is like moving in the same directions at the same time, kind of creating that unison effect. And they ended it with that tag again. Bop, bop. I love how that just keeps coming back. Oh yeah, front. Now, I don't think that needed to be before Malice. I'm not going to hold you, because it seemed like some of y'all were kind of struggling to get that out. I feel like that would have been a lot easier with just two Malice. Y'all would have been able to just crank and just knock them notes out, but without the restraint of having those two outer mallets. Didn't mean to talk over that snare feature, but that was cool too. Actually, we're going to go back. We're going to let the snares have their moment, y'all. Let's go. Shout out to the drummer too. Ooh. I love these guard pods on either side of the snare line, how they're having their like individual like choreo moments right there. That was really cool. But I will say BD is one of the kings of like having a percussion moment paired together like really well with an electronic accompaniment. So I really love the moments they create when they have those like snare breaks and quad moments, because there's always something underneath. It was a great flip. Ooh. they said at the end of this, whip the capes like that and then turn around. But it creates such a cool effect because the capes and just like the tapestries on the front side of the uniform just creates it just really makes the movement so much more flowy and accentuated. It's cool. And I think it looks really cool on the field. But I am glad that they got to take those things off because I can see that being a big cumbersome having to wear that for the entire show. Nice little style change here. Baritone soloist. Now we brought some trombones on the field, baby. I like how they kind of took that same melody and just kind of gave it in a different way. Not the hugest fan of this section, but I get its purpose, you know. We're getting that again. We're getting that again. Because that's the real star of that moment. Like, I get that it kind of seemed like it was just somewhat of a transition, but for me, it didn't really do much musically. But once the horn line come in with this feature, yeah, arguably one of the best parts of their show and of their book. Ooh, great flag work too. Yeah. Oh, one more time. Because do you hear how like the electronic, that zip comes up through underneath that at the very end? Just well done. So cool. That's fire, bro. That's fire. This section is actually really cool. I love the melody here too. Bum, ba, ba. Ooh, great catch. Then immediate style change. Okay, although this upcoming section is really cool, I really wish they would have taken the music from the prior section, taken that a little bit further, because it just sounded like that music was kind of going somewhere, and it was definitely leading to something, and they just like had such an abrupt change into a percussion feature, and just like, cool, but where was that going? Like, that was taking us somewhere. But I digress. Let's keep going. See, it's like, you know, and it's cool, you know, they're cramming notes and everything. There's lots of movement going on from the guard and stuff, and it's a cool moment to, you know, rearrange the props in the back. That was really cool. That was a cool way to end the feature. I will say, BD has definitely like made it one of their staples doing these like layered high brass effects, like the da 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 da. They have a really good way of doing that and approaching it, because their high brass plays with so much aggression and so much grit that it translates so well on the field, and it makes those moments really cool and it makes those moments pop. Now we're just back to more fast notes from the front ensemble and battery. Ooh. That was a great catch from the guard. Whew, now we can breathe. Now we can breathe. As cool as that section was, it was just so much going on visually, like so much happening musically. Like it definitely built somewhere, like it built to the final ending with, you know, the battery in the middle of the field. They're always gonna give us a big beady ending, but it was just a lot going on. That section was a little oversaturated for my taste, but still very cool. And now we're in a different move here. Different move. I wish I could hear what the trombone soloist is actually playing right here. See, like, even in that moment right there, like, you know, the music is definitely beautiful and it's definitely like a good like style change and everything, but at the same time there was so much going on you can't even hear what the trombone soloist is playing. Maybe the horn line could have been doing that stuff backfield and then maybe waiting until the very last second to turn around to give us that big chord and that sustain. Just a thought, but there was just a lot happening. You couldn't tell what was the focus. I love the subtle playing in the battery back there. Like, this should have been the first time we got full volume from the brass, in my opinion, in this section. It's like you're front and center now. Now take your moment to give it to the people. Still very beautiful music, though. A great selection. I feel like this could have been done a tad bit differently. And I wish they actually would have resolved it instead of just, you know, leaving us hanging on that chord like that. But, you know, like I said, I get it. I get it. You have this cool little like trio feature from the battery. Now that was a good feature in my opinion. Not too much, not too little. Get in, get out the way. Let's move on to something else. That's a cool impact. That's a cool impact. And now we switch up the props. I love that the freaking electric guitar is finally getting some shine. Yeah. He's making that thing cry. But it's really cool just having that above, you know, the horn line texture and everything. Just to give this section a little bit more energy, a little more pizzazz, a little more edginess. Ooh. They did a really good job of coming into that straight line. That's a bit of a visual flex, I'd say. Now they're giving us our company front moment. As always. Really big, really in your face, lots of energy, lots of color from the color guard, these bright yellow flags at the very end. So look, I'd say a really strong ending, and this show had a lot of great and strong moments. But I'm curious to see what y'all think. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about BD's 2024 production, and I will catch you guys on the next one. This has been Let's Talk About It, and I will catch you guys on the next episode.